everyone. So I'm gonna do like a update reading on carbonation. Um, I have been seeing like the videos. I haven't been watching it just because I don't know what it is, but lately I really can't stomach Eligio. Like I can't even stand to listen to him for like 5 minutes. Like it starts to kind of like make me sick. Like my spirit is very sensitive to his energy. I really don't like the fact that so many people give him like support him and attention, and that really don't make sense to me sometimes. It's like, damn, why give him this energy? But I feel like people is feeding off of it because it's entertaining to them. Um, and it's sad because people is placing entertainment over other things that are more important, like the well-being of these souls. But it's also people that are very lost. Now, I'm gonna do a reading on a hairdresser. I don't know her name, but I did look at her IG and I thought it was beautiful. Like, she's beautiful. When I was scrolling on her IG, it felt very artistic. It felt like almost like I was reading a story or something like that. That's what it felt like. She's really into, I don't know, the holistic lifestyle, yoga. She probably a vegan or something like that. Um, she into a certain type of spirituality. Now, you have to be careful with spirituality because sometimes people be jumping on trends. So they following a mentality. To them, spirituality is a look. Spirituality is a phrase, a way that you talk and communicate. It's almost like it's a superficial um, outlook on spirituality. When spirituality and reality is basically getting in tune with yourself, with your own spirit and soul and everything. And when you do that, you will become uniquely you, but you have to tap into you. But a lot of times, people are following trends, so they're not really being themselves. They're being um, they're being a projection of somebody else's idealism of what spirituality is. I'm not saying that's what she doing, but it do interest me how she end up in the vibration of somebody like Alihio. So on her IG, I believe she have kids. Um, I believe she believe in that poly lifestyle and stuff like that. Which I don't believe in none of that crap. Like I don't believe in poly. I barely believe in being monogamous. Like honestly, like my whole view of relationship is changing. I don't even want to put like a label or a name on it. I feel like people should do what's right for them, but so often people is doing what they have been programmed to do. They doing stuff that don't even make them happy. It's women out here agreeing to the poly lifestyle just because they have been with a bunch of dudes that did nothing but cheat, and they now believe that all men cheat. And there are men who believe that all men cheat, but nah, everybody is different. There's not one type of man, there's not one type of woman. So a lot of men that I had came across that cheat and don't have no control over their penis, they usually are programmed to think that's what a man is. They are programmed to believe that having multiple women and stuff make you more of a man. It doesn't actually make them happy, but they just operating out of the programming. That's why we see so many, especially black men, following people like Alihio, are becoming like incels, are following some type of hotel philosophy and shit like that. When the reality is like they trying to find something that make them feel more secure in what they believe masculinity is versus just being what would make them happy. Instead, they going out and attaching themselves to mindsets, mentality, philosophies that they feel like, okay, I could follow this and it will also make me feel established as a man. Instead of just following their own light, asking them the question like, do this make me happy and stuff? And sometimes they really don't know because they so wrapped up in their mental. So they really think that they happy being a hoe. Like they happy having intercourse with all these different women. But when they go back, they still feel lonely. When they release that nut, they still feel empty. So, and that's why they keep trying to fill that space with something. And it's sad because especially when it comes to black men, this is what they've been programmed to be. But there are good black men out there. I have met a few. I have some of them that are friends and they like looking for something with substance. They want something deep, something special, you know? But let's be real when it comes to spirits. Like, um, spirits like changes. I know a lot of people, they believe that they searching for stability. They searching for a sense of stability. We've been programmed to strive for that as well, because, like I said, a lot of us is disconnected from the spirit, so we don't even understand how the spirit operates. So, a lot of times, we do things subconsciously that causes chaos, drama, change, destruction, because that's our spirit looking for like a spiritual orgasm, something that's gonna transmute us and change us and elevate us to another space. Because after we become stagnant in one space for too long, it get uneasy. So nah, people don't really want stability, but there is healthy chaos. But to retrieve the healthy version of chaos, because you could tell when you're not in healthy chaos, when you feel like your life is just out of your control, like you don't see what's coming, like you feeling like a victim all the time, like you don't take no accountability, it's always somebody else's fault. Like, I mean, let's get into the reading. So I'm just gonna call her the hairstylist because I don't really know her name. Let's get into like the truth of her personality first, and then I guess we could get into what happened when she visited. I guess before that we could get into like how did they even meet? Like what is the connection between her and Aaliyah? So, alright. Alright, let's get into what type of person is she. Now, whew, she have destructive patterns that but she don't view them like that. They toxic, and she really do teach this to other people, like people that she come across, but she think that she's being wise. She think that she's giving the best advice in the world. I do feel like she's connected to her divinity, but she has mm, I kind of want to say it's low emotional intelligence, even though she is an emotional person. I'm kind of getting like air sign energy. Because let me read these cards. Because multiple cards kind of talk about her misleading people due to some things that she just ignorant about because she lost in a mentality, a way of thinking. So I feel like there are times, but they very specific. It don't come all the time. Maybe like in a dream or when she's meditating, then she could connect with her divinity just in that moment. But she has a mentality, a way of thinking and perceiving things that she don't feel the need to come out of, even though it's created some type of destructive cycle in her life. And I believe it's in the type of man that she choose to involve herself with. And it's really due to this unhealthy mentality, way of living, way of thinking and perceiving. That's really important. That's really important. So this one, the addict, is in the shadow attribute. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And then I got the warrior and the shadow attribute. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Yeah, that's when I feel kind of deeply that at times Like she could see things like somebody else being abused and lack a sense of empathy because in her perception that person either wanted it or put themselves in that predicament or situation so they deserve it. So she have like a she like desensitized to certain um negative attributes that she see or like abuse in her environment or pain and suffering, and it has to do with the mentality that she follow. Then I got the teacher and the shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Homegirl is destructive and she don't even know, she don't see it like that. Um, 'Cause I feel like she give advice a lot. You know, she share her mentality with people a lot, but she really feel like she's balanced and she feel like she tapped in, but no, in reality she following some type of destructive mentality. I'm gonna get into like what that is. Some of the things I got in the light attributes is the fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Yeah, I see that as well with her. And then I got the God and light attributes. Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the internal force within yourself and others. Alright, so what I'm feeling is that I don't want to say that she think that she's above other people, but she would at times feel like certain things don't apply to her as like a human. Um, she desensitized to some things and even dismissive at times. But it's like, let me get some more clarity on this mentality that she has that's destructive. I'm getting like strong like Sagittarius vibes, like for real. Okay, so she I kind of want to say that she carried like that hotel mentality type vibes. Hmm. It got something to do with the way that she love and her cycles with relationships. The way that she perceive men, it actually belittles women in some type of way. Like the position that she put men in. I'm getting this from this Emperor card. When I feel emasculated, I can become a tyrant. Sometimes I feel like she could be more empathetic towards men than she do with women. But I don't, like, if she heard that, I feel like she would, like, strongly disagree. If she heard that, maybe even offended. Because what I'm seeing here, she don't see it. She don't see it. But she will, though. it's a process and a lesson that she's going through, and the universe will reveal this to her. She gotta she got some cleaning to do when it comes to her mental. She attached to some old outdated beliefs that are not, and nobody can't tell her anything. Like nobody can't really tell her nothing. Cause I feel like people who like in her life and see her go through this cycle, they like try to point it out, but she kind of just like dismisses it. One thing I can say though is that she lived her life by her rules. She lived her life how she see fit. And I believe that is a good thing. But sometimes it lead her to destruction, and it's a cycle that she get caught up in that leads her to destruction. But she is learning, and I do feel like she's like a divine feminine. But there are some things like even right now that is slowly coming to her conscious mind, because I feel like she could be hella stubborn, like on a whole nother level. I mean, hella stubborn. Like somebody tell her like don't mess with that dude, like she would go mess with him. And it's not even on some like, oh, I'm doing it because people told me not to do it. It's like if somebody sees something in a certain type of way, like a group of people see like this person in a certain type of way, and they could be right about it. It's like she will force herself to view that person differently, and she will project something on them and be dead as wrong. It be like a delusion. I pulled the moon card, so it's a lot of confusion. It's like she trying way too hard to be different from the crowd. Sometimes the crowd be correct. Sometimes the crowd, their judgment and their understanding can help protect you. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And like she's so opposed to being like the majority that she would be unrealistic and living in a delusion. So, alright, so I asked what's the story between her and Alihio. Um, there was a attraction between them, especially before they met up in person. Like whatever they was talking about online and stuff like that, they was starting to connect and vibe. Um, Lihio has a smooth way of talking to be very convincing. It's real generic, honestly. Like, he got like his game is the same. Like, it hasn't really changed or updated. Like, he's spitting game that he been spitting for a long time, but he has a technique with this. So he do know how to win women over with this false persona that he puts on, this false personality. So he tells them what they want to hear and stuff like that. Because it's really fun to him to play these games with women. And he really do feel like he is smarter than women because he play these games and it's the same game that he play on everybody, but it always work out for him until they experience him and see his true colors. And I feel like that's what happened here. So she did consider at one point building something with him, but when she went there, she seen some things that she didn't like. She seen some things that were a lie. She even had to stand her ground on something when she was there. Like, she had to turn something down or say no to something. And I felt like he got mad about that. And I remember that she the hairstylist, so he might not have even paid her with this material harvest reverse just because she stood her ground. Let's see what she stood her ground on. Alright, so I think she stood her ground on refusing to have sex with him. Like, he tried to, and she turned it down. And after that, he started to get petty with her. Um, Maybe even telling her that she's not who she says she is. Like, she acting different or she acting shady or something like that. Like, he might even really said something really fucked up and disrespectful to her when he was like under the influence, drunk or something like that. Because it's like they was having fun and then there was a shift in energy that really turned her off, and he tried to make her seem like a bad person because of that. Yeah, with this Nine of Pentacles reverse, like, he tried to play her when it comes to like some money. I feel like my abundance is blocked. I'm feeling unlucky. I find it hard to relate or understand you. Can we get on the same page? Like, she wasn't vibing. She wasn't vibing when she got there. Like, the energy was off. And I feel like she may even wanted like some time alone. Cause she had maybe like a more introverted nature. And he was making her feel like she was acting funny. So with this, can I trust them? What are their intentions? She started to feel like she couldn't even trust them. She couldn't vibe with them. She couldn't understand them. And she started to feel outcasted. And she started to pull her energy back. And he felt that and got like offended about it. and try to make her feel bad about it. He may not even have paid her what she was supposed to get paid. And but she also went there with the intentions to kind of like get her name out there a little bit more. I'm not saying it's like the energy of clout, but it's like she trying to be optimistic about it because the experience that she had, she wasn't really expecting that. So she kind of like, well, at least I got recognition. She actually started to feel like he had mental issues. Like, is something wrong with him mentally? She started to feel like that. I'm gonna get some clarity on this sacrifice card. Okay, clarity on the sacrifice card. Yeah, she got really turned off when she got there. Like, whatever happened, she got really turned off. And it was more disappointing than she would put on. It was very disappointing to her because she really seen this as an opportunity for a lot of things. She seen it as an opportunity for maybe security. She seen it as an opportunity to get some money. She seen it as an opportunity to put her name out there even more because he has a large following. Like, I feel like she may even have like some type of business or whatever and she wanted to promote it, but and she trying to stay optimistic about it, but she kind of feeling like it was a mistake. Like she feeling some remorse, like some regret about even going because even when it comes to the recognition, um, she getting some hate from it. So even when it comes to that, she feeling like she could have did without it. But she trying to be optimistic about it. She don't want to let people know how disappointed she was because she think that it would reflect back on her judgment. It will reflect back on her character. So she don't want to really talk about. And I feel like some of this Eligio could have installed into her. Like, I'm actually seeing him doing some type of rant, talk about, oh, look, now she gonna talk about me and, all this other shit. He do that to keep people quiet. He do that to make people feel uncomfortable with telling their truth about him and the trauma that he put people through. And she kind of believe it. She in a place that she want more in her life. More security, more peace of mind, more happiness. she was, I keep want to say like she just was going after opportunity, but it was a lot of red flags. People, I can't even say that people warned her, because I'm kind of feeling like people didn't even know she was attached to him until she actually got there. But yeah, she was disappointed afterwards. Yeah, after that trip, I got some clarity on how she felt after that trip, and yeah, with this grief and illusion card, it was like it's something that happened and she was sad about it. She was hurt about it. She felt like he was like a fraud, that he giving out some type of illusion, and she met men like him before, so. And I don't believe she want anything to do with him now. And it changed her in some ways. Like, it did point out some things that she need to work on within herself. Yeah. It's actually something that she felt a need to heal from. Like, it wasn't a good trip. I don't know what she said in that video, cause the T pointed. She posted something where she was talking about stuff, but from the cars, I feel like she don't really want to tell it. She don't really want to tell what happened, but she might in the future. She think that it's going to reflect negatively on her, but I think that's due to some of Alihio mental abuse that he do to people. What did she go through? You know what, let me go ahead and get these light seers out. Oh man, I'm already 38 minutes in, and I was gonna do like other members and stuff. So I might just do her by herself, and then tomorrow I get into the other members. Alright. Alright. So what happened during the visit? Let me finish pulling y'all and come back. So I'm seeing when she first got there, it was all good. It was parties with this Three of Cups and stuff. Everybody was vibing, getting along, having fun. And he was giving her like this King of Cups energy, making her feel like she's special and all of that. But I believe she turned down having sex with him. And then he turned into this King of Wands reverse. Like, mm, let's get some more cards. Okay, so I'm about to wrap it up soon because it's kind of like repeating the same story. I believe she turned down sex with him. He became really nasty, really mean towards her, and stuff like that. She had to actually stand her ground, stand up for herself, refuse to participate in certain things. And the Three of Swords came out. It's something that hurt her. It's something that hurt her, but it's Three of Swords is reversed. So I feel like it's something that she tried to hide, but it did. It really did hurt her. And it caused like confusion. She felt played. She felt played. And then it ended with this strength card. She don't want to talk about it. She don't want to reveal it because she felt like it's partially her fault. And she view other people like that too. Okay, I know, like, you're not supposed to get stuck in a victim mentality. Um, Basically, stuck in feeling sorry for yourself, stuck in that depression, that negativity, that mindset of, you know, somebody did something to me or they owe me in some type of way, because you can't control nobody outside of yourself. A lot of times, people in a victim mentality, in order for things to be right, they feel like the people who caused it, in their perception, owe them something. That's what it is, because that's just going to lead to misery for you. That's just going to lead to disappointment for the person with the victim mentality. It always will, because the only person you could control is yourself. But I feel like today people confuse, like, it's okay to acknowledge when shit happened to you. It's okay to acknowledge it so you can heal from it and you can find a lesson within it. Yeah, it's true that everything outside of ourselves is a reflection of what's going on inside of us, but we are all spirits. So everybody still had to take accountability for their part, the part that they played. So don't get so lost in whatever that make you feel like you're never a victim to something. If somebody do something effed up to you, they did something effed up to you, and it's okay for you to acknowledge it. It's okay for you to talk about it. Do whatever you need to do to heal from it. But what you shouldn't do, or I ain't gonna tell you what you should and shouldn't, but it would be to your detriment if you let that hinder you. Like, if it stop you from progressing, if it stop you from being a good person, if it stop you from wanting to be better, then you are stuck in a victim mentality and it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna fuck you up. Okay? And nobody be able to get you out of that fucked up feeling and emotion and situation but yourself. I hope I explained that clearly, because I've been coming across a lot of people who they been through really fucked up shit, but they completely like dismiss the person who did it or their actions because they don't want to be seen as a victim. Listen, you gotta hold people accountable now, cause you know everybody have to do their spiritual work. Everybody. Just don't dwell in it, as in let it hinder you. That's the main part right there. That part right there, if it's hindering you, that's when it's toxic. Now, I ain't gonna tell you when you shouldn't talk about it no more. I mean, fuck, talk about it if you want to, okay? Express yourself how you feel you need to express yourself. And just make sure you're a strong enough feel a spirit to deal with it. Because people gonna project all types of shit at you. People gonna label you saying that, oh, um, you looking for attention or you doing, I mean, people got their opinion. Man, fuck them. As long as you know what you doing it for. Like sometimes when we talking about shit and we venting and we getting it out, that's us releasing it from our spirit. Just make sure you're doing it from your heart space, not your mental. It's a major difference. It's a major difference. Because when you're doing it for your heart, then people could feel the purity of it. When you're doing it for your mental, people gonna start to feel like it's more strategic. So they might feel like, you know, you trying to manipulate things. Which it don't matter what the fuck they think. But a lot of times when shit is coming from your mental, you a lot of times, like 9 times out of 10, like when you hear some shit that's coming out of somebody's mental, instead of them saying it from their heart, from their soul, from their spirit, it's gonna sound like some shit like, you know, it's gonna sound like some fucked up shit. It's gonna sound like some Alihio type shit. Y'all see Alihio how when he's supposed to be acting like he's empathetic and you know, but in actuality he's really trying to manipulate the perception of the people that's watching to be against somebody else. He's actually trying to throw somebody else under the bus. Like he could be crying tears or whatever and be saying shit like, you know, I just want the best for them. I just love them. But they being a clout chaser. You get what I'm saying? That's it's from his mental. So real spiritual people could look at that and see and feel like that's not authentic. This is some form of manipulation. This is some fuck shit, okay? Versus when you hear somebody talk from their spirit, talk from their heart, their soul, you feel it and you resonate with it. There's a difference. It's a purity to it. So, anyways, you know what? I think I just even get some advice from spirit. Get some advice from spirit. Ooh, I gotta scratch my leg out. Ooh, child. Ooh, shook. Mm-mm-mm. Like, I could sit crisscross pretty easily, But I'm sitting on my couch and it's a little uneven, so it's putting like some pressure on the joints and my right leg. But oof, yeah, I just need to stretch it out. All right, let's get some advice from Spirit. Let's which cards I'm gonna use for that. I'm just gonna use the Goddess guidance cards. So I will be answering emails soon. A few people wrote me about readings. Um, and I'm gonna get on that soon because I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to do readings. So, um, but I am working on a service because like I'm doing the intuitive advice thing, and that's what I like to do. Uh, I did the first 10 for free. So once I finish uploading that, I'm gonna come out with a service where people purchase for the intuitive advice readings. So, and I think I might upload it on Etsy. I think it's beneficial that like they take out taxes and all of that for you. So, and it gives some organization. Alright, so Spirit, some advice for this hairdresser. Look, cards are flying. Alright, so I got purification, leap of faith, and be strong. And the last cards I pulled in my last deck was the strength card. So, yeah, because I feel like she's going through a lot actually. It's I feel like she may be like a little overwhelmed by life and responsibilities, and she's just trying to find balance. But Spirit want her to do it in the right way, because if she do, they would carry her and she would be all right. But sometimes she kind of impulsive. So purification, it is time for a cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. Now, I feel like her body part is on point, but her mind, she need to detox her mind. She need to throw away some beliefs that she's starting to learn and feel that deep down inside that's not how she want to live. That's not the type of relationship that she wants. So let go of that philosophy. She don't even like it. It don't even work out for her. It don't even fit her. She following a mentality that don't even fit her spiritually. So leap of faith. Take a risk. Put your art and true desires into action. And be strong. You are stronger than you think you are. Oh, you are stronger than you think you are. And your strength assures a happy outcome. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck, fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So whatever happened when it comes to the Alihio and her meeting up, Whatever he did, he gonna receive karma for that. And I believe that we gonna see it. It's gonna play out. We gonna see it. I don't know if y'all can hear that timer because it's about to be 60 minutes. So yeah, she really just she need to let go of some mentalities and trust in the universe, trust that they have her. Sometimes she fall back on old mentalities out of fear. She don't have to do that. Um, and she's changing. She's in a moment of transition as we speak. Oh my goodness. And because I remember her being attached to Sickmet, and this is the Be Strong card. So, yeah, I actually want to get some clarity on that real quick before these 60 minutes. Yeah, Spirit is telling her to just continue to focus on her goals. And don't sacrifice any of her morals to get ahead. Don't put herself in toxic situations just to get ahead. Like, focus on her goals, let go of mentalities that no longer serve her, that no longer fit her, because she's starting to change. So let herself change and transition into the person that she's growing into. And don't be afraid because the universe got her. The universe has her. So just keep your head up, keep strong, and keep striving for greatness. I do feel like she has the potential to be very successful. Um, it's just that she get thrown off track kind of easily, and she need to change that. She need to change that. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy that reading and stay blessed.